embedded in the victim's left thigh and a wound on the back of her right side. The body showed signs of severe burns, with 99% of the victim's skin charged. Despite the brutal injuries, the autopsy could not determine if the victim had been sexually assaulted prior to her death. This gruesome incident in the Jiribam district has sparked a series of violent repercussions in the area. The community remains in shock as the authorities continue to investigate the brutal murder of a mother of three. All right, viewers, now it's time to look at the gruesome details that we have in fact gathered at this point of time, which is the report that we have accessed from Silchar Medical College and Hospital. This is the forensic medicine department in Assam, which actually lists out as the reason of the death of this 31-year-old woman due to a shock as a result of third-degree mixed flame antemortem burns, as described, which covered 99% of the body of the total area. This time at which the report was being given was around 36 hours after the incident. And these are the more details, as you can see on your screens, as we can read that it was firstly found that the penetrating wound of nearly 1 centimeter was seen over the back of right thigh. And these are the shocking, gruesome and heart-wrenching details of the autopsy report, which confirms such a horrific attack that has happened on the women. Now, if we look at even more details, the forensic report cannot testify the presence of any kind of a sexual conduct, as the body was charged to, the skin of the victim was charged to a 99% of the total area. What in fact this report reveals further is that burnt and separated fragments of the bone did not show any signs of vital reaction, indicating the post-mortem nature of separation. The videography is done on the requisition, as the details and the technical details of the report are stated, and it also says that there was a metallic nail which was found embedded over the medial aspect of the left thigh, knee below the spine. As we can also see that the report cites that the left femur was found separated in 2 pieces, with the edges burnt and charged so much just above the knee that rest of the limb is found missing. The limb was also found missing. Muscles and soft tissues were found burnt and charged. Now, let me also go across to the external appearance of the body that was found, and as stated in the report, viewers, what it says, the condition of the subject emaciated, decomposed. The body was in the decomposed state. The deceased was covered in the polythene and blanket, and on removal of these, a completely charged body along with the burnt bone fragments devoid of healthy soft tissues was recovered. Also, what exactly was missing in the report was the right upper limb and parts of both lower limbs, and the facial structure was found missing. The attack was so brutal that even the facial structure of the 31-year-old was found missing when the body was given for the autopsy. As you can read, as per the wounds and the bruises which are there or right on your screen, the skull was found burnt and separated in pieces, with separation seen along the sutural edges in places, viewers. These are the very shocking details that we are bringing to you, viewers, and at this point of time, this is in fact very concerning as to what actually promotes and gives the rise of such heinous, barbaric crimes with women, as Manipur continues to be on boil. Now, viewers, joining me live on the broadcast is my colleague Nibir Deka. Nibir, it is very unfortunate that the details of the autopsy report, where the skull and in fact the facial structures along with the limb of the woman whose body was completely charged, reveals such shocking and unfortunate and heart-wrenching details. What exactly is the police saying on this matter? Are the accused been identified so far? Is there any suspect that the police is trying to nab? What are the details?
Well, the incident conspired on November 7 when 7 houses were set ablaze in Jiribam district. And in that incident, we got to know about the death of the lady, 31-year-old lady, who is also a mother of 3 children in that particular incident. After which the body was sent for a post-mortem to Assam Silchar Medical College, and yesterday, as we have this exclusive post-mortem report, it has revealed these gruesome details narrating her ordeal before her death. But the bigger issue that came after the incident was the allegations made by the family as well as the Cookie Zoo organizations on the ground, stating that she was also raped before her death. But the postmortem report has not been able to ascertain that because of the nature of the burned body which was taken to postmortem. Secondly, the most important factor of this entire incident is how the death of the lady has escalated the violence back again in Manipur. Following this incident, we saw how another lady was also killed in Bishnupur district. Further, we have seen 10 armed men. The Manipur police our militants have died in Jiribam due to a retaliatory firing by the CRPF. And further, there are tensions on the ground with both the Meitei and the Cookie Zoo community calling for a 24-hour shutdown, along with several protests in different parts of the state. So this death of the lady should not be seen in isolation. This has brought back Manipur back to square one, wherein the violence that we have seen for more than 17 months is again back on the streets, and the tensions are quite high. The Manipur police is yet to pick up the unidentified miscreants that caused the burning of the houses there. However, the central security forces along with the police are deployed heavily, especially in Jiribam district, where the proximity of the Meitei and the Kuki Mar communities are in close proximity. And as such, on the ground situation, the security forces are actively monitoring and trying to de-escalate any sort of conflict that might emerge again in the very sensitive nature of Manipur. Back to you.
All right, Nibir, thank you for sharing the latest, in fact, on the condition that's actually been witnessed in Manipur. Now, I'll request you to kindly stay on with me while I also get more developments where tensions have erupted at the Silchar Medical College in Assam following the post-mortem of the 10 youth who were killed by the CRPF gunfire in Jiribam district of Manipur. The deceased bodies were brought to the medical college for the post-mortem examination, with 6 post-mortems completed yesterday. However, the post-mortems of the remaining 4 bodies have not been conducted yet, even after 24 hours, which has sparked protest from the tribal communities in the various regions of Kachar. All right, viewers, joining me live back on the broadcast is my colleague Nibir. Once again, Nibir, why the protests are now escalating in the Silchar Medical College? The 10 bodies, what we are given to understand, of the CRPF Jawans which were gunned down, went for the post-mortem, but now the communities, especially the tribal communities, are up in the arms and protesting against the non-completion of the post-mortem of the remaining 4 bodies, I believe.
Well, yes, it happened last night when the Silchar Medical College in Assam, which is conducting the post-mortem of the 10 dead bodies in the retaliation fired by the CRPF. These bodies were sent to the Silchar Medical College for post-mortem, and 6 bodies were, the post-mortem of the 6 bodies have already been done, but the 4 remaining bodies were there for more than 24 hours. And as such, the Cookie Zoo community and the tribal groups there have gherowed the Silchar Medical College, and they demanded the return of the remaining bodies. So this is a very interesting matter, because we have not seen earlier the issue of Manipur escalating to Assam. This is for the first time. Apart from the displacement of the IDPs, the internally displaced persons, we have not seen a protest or a ghera or such gherowing of the medical college or any such sort of institutions. But yesterday we saw how people in hundreds came about near the Silchar Medical College and demanded the bodies to be returned back. So the issue of Manipur is no longer just limited to the state. The neighboring states of the Northeast are equally impacted. We saw how earlier the refugees, the IDPs have fled to Mizoram, and now in Silchar, which is very close to the hotspot Jiribam, is seeing these kind of tensions wherein people have gherraud the medical college and they are demanding the return of the bodies, and also why the autopsy process has not been completed so far. Back to you.
All right, Nibir. Thank you for adding these latest inputs now. Joining me live on the broadcast is also my guest, Dr. Nisha Khanna, who is a senior psychologist. And I appreciate her speaking to me at this point of time. Ms. Khanna, what exactly is your assessment whenever you come across such a heinous, disturbing and a barbaric case? And when in fact the Silchar Medical College rape happened, we have spoken to a host of doctors who have in fact given that what kind of psyche does these criminals and these sick-minded people possess, leading to such obnoxious details that we see in the reports of the autopsy. Why is that there is no regulation? Why is that there is no identification of such criminally exhibited behavior and also practiced very casually whenever there is a crime that happens against women?
There are numerous reasons why the person have such traits. There is the imbalance of brain's executive functioning, which is one of the triggers for uncontrollable actions, including murder or rape, or like the sort of heinous crime where you brutally murder the person. Executive functioning basically is the front part of the brain, which is linked basically with the head of the brain. These three executive functions of the brain, like working memory, cognitive flexibility, and the self-control, are responsible for executive functioning or the emotional regulation of the person's emotions. Most of the people who does such sort of heinous crimes, they lack emotional regulation, or emotional dysregulation is the part of their daily routine, because emotional regulation help us to identify what is important for us and what is not important.
If you can hear me correctly, Ms. Khanna. All right. Now, let's also get in my other guest that will fix that connection is Major Mohammad Ali Shah, who's a senior defense expert. I appreciate you speaking to me at this point of time, sir. What is your assessment of such type of crimes being one of huge rise in Manipur? And as my correspondent also in fact mentioned it in detail, that this is not just an issue of state, the neighboring states of the Manipur are also on the boil. So the condition overall in Northeast is only becoming very dangerous for the people who are vulnerable, children and women.
I am indeed very pained. My heart bleeds and I am still in a state of shock, This occurred, 31-year-old woman, a mother of 3. The autopsy report, it says, well, for her autopsy also she had to be sent to Silchar because National Highway 37. It was close to impossible to send her to Imphal for her autopsy. I mean, the kind of torture, firstly, my compliments to you. You read out so bravely about the torture. It's very difficult for a person to even think about what she must have gone through, and the autopsy report reveals that she was tortured, she was alive. The kind of torture that you read out, that you mentioned, she was alive when she went through the torture, and then she was burnt. 99% burn injuries, and the reason why they couldn't ascertain whether she was raped or not, because of course they couldn't find the means were so badly raped or not. But her husband says there's an FIR I filed over there. So it is indeed very, very, I tell you, my heart bleeds. And I would like to tell our viewers that please do not, just because violence is going on in Manipur, please do not judge the people of Northeast or from Manipur as violent people. They are not. They are very cultured, very principled, very well-mannered, very peace-loving people actually. But right now it's very unfortunate what's going on. Both the sides, be it the Kuki tribe, be it the Maite community, are very peace-loving actually. But right now what's going on, it is beyond my comprehension and imagination. It is, in 1999 in Kargil War, the enemy had fought our soldiers like Lieutenant Saurabh Kalia, and they had mutilated the bodies. This is close back. Even enemy does not do this kind of a thing. And here are our own countrymen. The way, it pains me no end to even imagine a mutilated body with a nail in the thigh. It really is beyond my comprehension. And as Dr. Khanna rightly said, these people have a mental psyche. Who's done this? Oh God, it is so painful. And now, apart from that, the violence in Manipur, because we have to ask our own selves, if we put our hand on our chest, on our heart, and ask our own selves, have we done enough for the people? And the answer we will find ourselves. Whatever the answer is, we know, our hearts know. Such wonderful, such beautiful people, yeah. Such beautiful people who have contributed so much in nation building. It's not just Mirabai Chanu or Mary Kom or Asanthyam or many others who are from Manipur. There's so many, the list goes on and on and on. Last year, they had an international polo tournament. They had Femina Miss India in Manipur. The state was progressing. You know, the current ambassador to Lebanon right now is from Manipur. Indian ambassador to Lebanon. He's from Manipur. He's a Pangal. Sheikh Rahman Saab. Lebanon is in the news right now. That's why I'm talking. People are very interested in Lebanon and Iran and Israel and Russia, Ukraine and China, Taiwan and other things, right? So that's why I'm mentioning about this. We have an Indian Army contingent in Lebanon, which comprises of soldiers who are from the Maite community, who are from the Kuki tribe, and who are Nagas as well. They are working shoulder to shoulder to obtain world peace for humanity. So Manipur is such a great state. Where will you find floating islands like Loktak Lake? Lake Loktak has got floating islands. But what have we done? Such a beautiful state like Manipur, it pains me no end. Where brutality, inhumanity, what not we may call. And both these communities never had a history of fighting. They were very good friends. They've always learned to coexist together. In 93, there was a... Yes, in 93...
All right, Major Mohammad Ali Shah, in fact, that's how you have seen and witnessed the kind of history of Manipur and how it was never almost like in such a disturbing state. But let me also get back my guest, Dr. Nisha Khanna, on the broadcast as she was speaking about what kind of a background and what kind of a disorder does in fact instill such psyche which results into committing heinous crimes, and especially crimes of such degree which are very disturbing, which are in fact mind-boggling and also heart-wrenching when it comes to women, because the vulnerable in fact always is at the first level of an attack. And when such incidents happen, it also raises a lot of concerns about what are we doing in fact at this point of time to monitor the behavior of such sick-minded people, whether they are in any force or whether they are in fact the criminals. What are we doing as a society to monitor how they are in fact being taking on these people and trying to distort the lives, trying to take the lives in such a horrific manner? Ms. Nisha.
So the basic thing is, as I was talking about, executing functioning of the brain is mostly hampered or damaged. It may be due to the influence of drugs, alcohol, or substance abuse. All these things are majorly responsible for that. Another reason is also because of the negative thoughts. The eruption of negative emotions, when it is uncontrollable or the person is not able to control the emotions, then such sort of heinous crimes are very normal. Even we see the role of pornography also plays an important role, because when you are doing such sort of crimes where you are heinously raping the victim, along with that murdering the victim, and especially when we have seen about such sort of pattern, because men feel that they have a patriarchy system and they can control the woman. It's a power control, the sort of things that they want, that the person or the woman is sort of a property over which they have the right to smash them in any ways, however they can. And especially in the wars, it's most of the time, and from a long time, it's been used from the generations or the centuries, that they will try to harm the woman as seen as the weaker aspects of the society, where men think that they can, through violence, through power, through control through such sort of heinous crimes, they can actually make an influence. And somewhere, if suppose it is the part of the family member, and because such sort of people are having maybe not that sort of cordial family relationships, definitely they lack humanity, they lack empathy, such sort of values, because it is against any religion. Because when you do such crimes, no religion, it may be Christianity, it may be the Buddhism, it may be the Hinduism, it may be whatever the religion you belongs to. In each religion, they talk about somewhere the kindness, they talk about love. But when such people are there, they're born and brought up also plays an important role. They themselves are born and brought up in the families where maybe they have seen violence and they think this is the way how to control, or maybe how they can create the fear in the minds of the people. And as I said it, that because once you impact the weaker system of the community, where we find from numerous generations or the centuries that woman has been seen as a very weaker part of the society, where if you want to hurt them, definitely it will impact or leave an impression for others. And basically we always think about that when a murder or the rape happens, it impacts the whole family somewhere. Maybe the children also get impacted by that, the partner also get impacted by that. Howsoever they try to run away from the situation, if they try to even fight it out in that situation, maybe they would not be alive at that time moment right now. So I would say we have to actually identify that the people's emotional regulation is, or emotions are playing a very important role, where we are having suppressing anger. Maybe out of revenge, people want to show that this person or this community has hurt us. So we will hit that community on that particular aspect, which is the weaker or maybe close to the heart of the other community. As these two community has a fights in them, so they want to exert their control and power through showing this sort of heinous crime, so that people have fear in the depth of their heart that what brutality they can show. And definitely you can't say that they have psychopathic tendencies, they have sociopathic tendencies. There is no doubt about that. But somewhere deep down, the thing is that they have revengeful part, which maybe the anger is there, sadness is there, where is a sort of vengeance psyche is
All
there.
right.
And they want somewhere how to get all the things in the society. They can create so much of fear that people, like, for example, it's not about that. When you put across or even giving the threat of someone to kill someone or to rape someone, the person, if not that much, maybe I would say that this maybe women try to fight with these people. So that's why they brutally murder the person. And whenever these such sort of heinous crimes happen, the victim actually tried their level best to fight with the basically the murderer, the person who is actually trying to dominate and trying to control the situation. And I think so, I will say she's a warrior who did her best to save herself, maybe till the last moment of her breath. She was trying to control the gain, maybe because the situation was like that.
All right, Dr.
And we
Nisha
lost
Khanna,
her.
in fact, that is how we are trying to analyze the kind of psychotic and abnormal behaviors in the criminals who, in fact, bring up these horrific incidents of crime against women, especially torture and rape. But when we talk about the larger picture, Manipur continues to be in a tensed state and on the boil. Viewers, that was all the news of the nation and the world. We'll continue to track all the developments very closely. Till then, stay with us.
अगर आप बनना चाहते हैं एंकर, या फिर आप में है जुनून एक तेज तर्रार न्यूज रिपोर्टर बनने का, तो आप ज्वाइन करें ITV और इंडिया न्यूज Newsx का मीडिया स्कूल। ITV नेक्स्ट मीडिया इंटरनेशनल स्कूल का कोर्स आपको मौका देता है देश के दिग्गज एंकर्स के साथ काम करने का। ITV नेक्स्ट मीडिया इंटरनेशनल स्कूल में आप बेहद नजदीकी से देख पाएंगे किस तरह से ITV नेटवर्क के दिग्गज पत्रकारों की टीम दिन रात खबरों पर काम करती है। इस कोर्स के दौरान आप सीखेंगे एंकरिंग की एक एक बारीकी उन एंकर्स के साथ जो देश को रखते हैं हर खबर से बाखबर। ITV नेक्स्ट मीडिया इंटरनेशनल स्कूल का ये कोर्स आपके एंकरिंग स्किल्स को करेगा इतना सशक्त, मजबूत, जिससे आप बनेंगे पत्रकारिता की दुनिया का वो चमकता चेहरा जो दुनिया देखेगी और पसंद करेगी।
Welcome back, viewers. Now, chilling details have come from the Chennai, where the eye shocker has gone wrong. Dr. Balaji Jagnathan, an oncologist at the Kalainagar Multispeciality Hospital, was brutally attacked by the patient's son, Vignesh, in a horrific incident that left the doctor critically injured, allegedly stabbed the doctor 7 times, causing severe wounds to his neck, head, ear and chest. Medical staff reported that the attack was sudden and ferocious in nature, with significant blood loss as colleagues rushed to perform the emergency surgery. Doctors Association now across the state have gone on a protest and have raised 5 demands, wherein they want increased protection for the doctors inside the hospitals when they are on duty. All right, my colleague Ramesha is joining me live on the broadcast from the Kalainagar Hospital, where the protest by the doctors is taking place, and at this point of time, they are also raising their 5 demands, which they want to put in perspective. And remember, viewers, this is not the lone incident of attack on the medical professionals and the attack on their lives, given the fact that just 2 to 3 months back in August, a medical professional in Arjikar Medical College was raped and was brutally murdered. This is yet another incident where, in fact, these chilling details have come because the patient's son was disappointed with the kind of treatment his mom received. All right, viewers, as you can see now, the protesters who are just the doctors in Chennai are on a hunger strike. I believe they are demanding the state government to ensure them of the demands that they are urging the state for providing the safety to the doctors. Now, joining me live on the broadcast is my colleague Ramesha, who's from the protest site where the gathering of doctors has happened, while they are also demanding by the state government to take actions in the view of such horrific incidents against doctor. Ramesha, what is the situation at your end, and how exactly are the doctors protesting? Speak to them and bring us their voice to us. All right, viewers, it's time to shift our focus to another important story that we are tracking from the state of Uttar Pradesh, where the UPPSC aspirants protesting over the exam schedule Rao broke the barricades to reach the gate number 2 of the commission, as the demand for one day, one shift has intensified. Meanwhile, the Prayagraj police have claimed that some criminal miscreants infiltrated the students' protest and they are trying to mislead them as well. The aspirants are protesting against the multiple shift schedule and are demanding the RO-ARO exam to be held on a single day in a single shift to ensure fairness in the examination and to avoid the confusion as well. As we have seen now, the political leadership in the Uttar Pradesh over the UPPSC exam row has intensified, and to just confirm the details about the matter, which we are in fact giving you the news break, viewers, it is the demand by the protesters and the students who are preparing for the exam that one shift, one exam should be taken place. All right, my colleague Abhishek Singh is joining me live on the broadcast. Abhishek, when you're coming from the protest site where they have breached the barricading layer and they have entered into the commission's office, what exactly is the police trying to do there, and how are they being handled? We have heard Akhilesh Yadav slamming the Yogi Adityanath government over the handling of the protest by the UPPSC aspirants.
Yeah, in the morning when the numbers of the aspirants were protesting outside the headquarters of the UPPSC headquarters, the numbers were not much, and at that time the administration decided that some of the student leaders who are provoking the other student leaders to come forward, they pointed out those leaders and they detained them forcefully from the protest side. And then they barricaded the whole area and many layers of barricadings were made. And when the huge amount of the students have collected at the road and there was a huge traffic jam started, then they decided that they will use on the barricading and let the students to come to the headquarters of the UPPSC and they can continue their protest like that they were doing from last 3 days. Yes.
Abhishek, if you can also give us a sense of what's happening on the ground at this moment where the aspirants are continuing their rage. How exactly are the replies from the authority and the government? Has anybody from the political leadership in the Uttar Pradesh has replied to these protests?
The whole protest is going on a different tangent in the morning, but now the students are quite aggressive. They are saying that some of the student leaders are being detained and police should free them first. This protest is against the normalization and the 2 shift of exams. But this is also one of their demands that police should not detain, police should not suppress their agitation, police should not suppress the students' voice, and the student leaders which are detained by the police have to free them also.
All right, Abhishek, thank you for sharing the latest, in fact, that you are bringing to us. Now, viewers, let's also take a look on the report that has been filed by my colleague from the protest side of the UPPSC exam protest.
Still pertains in the national capital after Diwali also, and right now we are at Anand Vihar, which is the one of the hotspot areas of the air pollutions also, because this is the one of the busiest routes in Delhi NCR, because there is a bus terminal here also and also a railway terminal. And talking about the AQI of this area, then it has been dropped to the level of 500, and right now the AQI that have been registered in Anand Vihar area is 532, which comes under very critical and very poor conditions right now. And the visuals you can see also that how whole of the environment is covered with a thick layer of smoke right now. Everything feels very foggy right now, because this is a layer of smoke that has covered the Delhi NCR and specifically the Anand Vihar area very badly. And this is one of the busiest routes also, because you can see that how the vehicles, the commuters are commuting. Because right now it has crossed the level of from different places also and facing very critical problems due to the pollution. Sir, आप दिल्ली के ही रहने वाले हैं?
यस, यहीं जॉब करता हूँ।
यही तो पोल्यूशन को लेकर कितनी समस्याएं हो रही हैं? सांस लेने में दिक्कत है क्या? कुछ
बहुत ज़्यादा दिक्कत हो रहा है, बहुत परेशानी हो रही है। ये जो पटाखा छोटा है ना, इसके कारण बहुत ज़्यादा परेशानी हो रही है।
तो सरकार से कोई अपील करना चाहेंगे, क्योंकि हर साल यही होता है, हर साल आप अपील करते हैं लेकिन हर साल जहरीली हवा में सांस लेते हैं।
देखिए, एक्चुअली इस पे कंट्रोल किया जा सकता है, इसमें कोई बड़ी इशू नहीं है, इस पे हम लोग कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं। ऐसी गलती तो हम लोग ही करते हैं, इसमें सरकार की कोई जिम्मेवारी तो बनती है, लेकिन क्या
आम आदमी भी कंट्रोल कर सकता है।
यस।
Okay, so people are facing a lot of problems, and it has been said by one of the commuter who was going from here that also this is a responsibility of the people living in Delhi to control the pollution right now, because the amount of crackers that were burnt in Delhi NCR was very alarming also, because the crackers were officially banned in Delhi NCR after that also in Diwali, and during the days of Diwali there were firecrackers being burnt and observed. So yes, this is a very critical situation right now in Delhi NCR, and people are facing a lot of problems, and still the politics is going on, the war of words is going on, but this is the people of Delhi who are facing this problem on a very daily basis. And right now this is the situation in Anand Vihar, but we are giving you reports from all over Delhi, because the problem and the situation in all over Delhi NCR in the national capital is very worse right now. With camera person Avinash, I am Endigar for Newsx Delhi.
Well, the pollution menace continues in the national capital. We have been covering, it's been a lot of long days since we have been coming, we have been covering. Yes, there are some days where it gets better, there are some days it gets worse. But again, the menace started from Dussehra, from Diwali, where there has been a high in air quality index. Here also, we are at the India Gate, that is the very Rashtrapati Bhavan, which is ahead, which is completely not visible. And the reason is because of the high in pollution. The air quality index is above 300. It's now 432, which is in the very severe category. Now you see, when you see the visuals also, you can get an understanding of the fact that yes, there is smog also that is engulfing the national capital. Now it's a thick layer of smog, a dense layer of smog that is, causing a lot of problem to the residents. And it's not just in Delhi, it's in Faridabad, it's in NCR region, it's in Gurugram, and it's in other places as well. Now if I show you, if I request my camera person Sudhir to pan the camera and show you the India Gate also, you get an understanding of the fact that yes, it's covered with this, layer, it's a blanket of smog. And when it's early morning, and here also you can see the situation which is getting worse day by day, and this causes a lot of problems and will cause a lot of problems. You talk about breathing problems, you talk about asthma or any other problems that the residents will be facing. Choking also is one of the problems. So yes, this is going to cause severe problems to the residents in the national capital in terms of breathing as well. This is me, Brian Thomas, signing off. Yes, there is a pollution menace that is going on in the national capital, and not just in the national capital but in the Delhi NCR region also, that we are seeing that there is a high end pollution. If I show you the visuals, that is the Rashtrapati Bhavan, which is clearly not visible, and it is because of the dense layer of smog that is engulfing the national capital. And we are also joined by few people who will give a perspective if they are feeling the wrath of pollution. Sir, my very first question, where are you from, if you can tell us?
I am from Tamil Nadu.
You're from Tamil Nadu. You're here for a vacation or what? Yeah. Okay. So how do you feel if you see pollution here? Do you feel it? How different it is from Tamil Nadu?
Yeah, it's like the pollution is more here from Tamil Nadu. If you see, like we have morning, we have started the journey at 5 o'clock to see the India Gate while sunrise. So we thought like we can, if we come here, we can see the view of the gate and like that. But if we come here, the pollution is covered all over there. Yeah.
So when you're here also, you cannot see the Rashtrapati Bhavan there, which is there.
Yeah.
And it is because of this smog that is engulfing. How do you feel it, or how do you view this situation? Are you feeling also, do you feeling any breathing problems? Visibility is definitely an issue now.
Visibility is the issue, but breathing problem I can't able to
understand as of now. Yeah. So I'll also ask you the same question.
It's not the issue, breathing issue. Yeah.
No, right now it's not.
Right now it's not.
But visibility is definitely.
Yeah, visibility is definitely. Yeah.
So you're also, where are you from, sir?
Tamil Nadu.
You're from Tamil Nadu as well. Now I asked him the same question. I'll ask you again. How different is it from Tamil Nadu here? When you're here, you've come for sightseeing. You come from sunrise to see the India Gate, but it's not visible, especially the Rashtrapati Bhavan. What do you have to say?
We crossed many kilometers. We came to see the gate and Rashtrapati Bhavan. We have slightly disappointed because of the view.
And he said that there is no breathing problem as such. I'll ask you, do you feel any, visibility is definitely an issue now, especially in the morning hours. But are you feeling any breathing problem or any irritation, eye irritation or something?
No, nothing. Only the visibility is the problem.
Okay. And if I talk about Tamil Nadu, how is the AQI there? Is there any pollution as of now, or it's better in terms of?
By comparing to Delhi, it is okay.
Like in Tamil Nadu, it's like 20% means here there are 60% like that.
Now here, the AQI is around 430 plus. What is the basic AQI in Tamil Nadu, if I ask?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
We are not clear about that percentages.
Okay. Thank you so much for talking to us. So yes, viewers, there were two people we spoke to who were from Tamil Nadu, and they gave a very broader and a very important picture about what they are feeling in the national capital, and what the issues are also that they have been facing as well. And this is the situation that is happening in the national capital, and we also want our viewers to be safe and remain indoors as much as possible. This is me, Brian Thomas, signing off with camera person Sudhir for Newsx.
And we'll try to talk to some other people also, who are present here at the India Gate and have come for morning walks and also, to see the beauty of India Gate, because it is a very famous place also, very famous tourist place also, and people are facing a lot of problems regarding that. Ma'am, what all problems you are facing right now due to the air pollution?
I've been standing here talking for the last few minutes. I can't tell you, I'm trying to hold back my cough. Mask उतारा हुआ है, but आप खुद ही देखिए, zero visibility. You can't see India Gate, you can't see the Rashtrapati Bhavan, and they built this beautiful Kartavya Path and renovated. Where are the morning walkers? And my children are going to go to school. I feel so bad that इस हालत में बच्चे स्कूल जा रहे हैं, पर इसका सोल्यूशन क्या है? थोड़े दिन स्कूल बंद कर देंगे, आप ऑड इवन लगा देंगे, गाड़ियों का मूवमेंट बंद कर देंगे, particular cars following the Supreme Court guidelines. But these are not permanent solutions. There is so much more. What is happening to the committees that you're forming? What are the committees deciding? And when are you implementing? What are the committees deciding? That is my question. Aam Aadmi Party came on very larger than life basis, talking about hum pollution theek kar denge, hum ye kar denge, corruption hata denge, falana damkana. Today the Yamuna is in a worse situation. Today pollution is at its worst in Delhi. I mean, this is the capital city of India. We're trying to become Vishwa Guru, and this is the condition we are living in.
Right. And also, ma'am, as a citizen of Delhi, do you think that this will be an issue in the assembly elections also?
I hope that people are aware. I mean, I would like to also say this on camera, that yesterday also at a wedding I saw crackers burning. I mean, with AQI of 500 plus, I don't understand if the citizens are aware of the kind of danger that they are living in, So I do hope that they are alert and think of the future and they vote wisely, because Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi has been a complete failure, and I will also blame the central government, because there is so much more. Even Delhi police, for that matter, you can crack down on people doing illegal constructions, you can crack down on these cracker bursting, so many things. What have you done? Nothing.
Right, thank you so much. So, these are the issues that the people of Delhi are facing right now. And after a ban also, there are crackers burning in the national capital. So, yes, the situation still pertains the same. And the people of Delhi are currently living in a gas chamber. With camera person of Desh, I am Mehendi Garg for Newsx.
दिल्ली एनसीआर में सर्दी की शुरुआत हुई है और शुरुआत होने के बाद से लगातार पोल्यूशन का जो स्तर है वो गंभीर श्रेणी में पहुंचता जा रहा है। फिलहाल की बात करें गाजियाबाद की तो AQI 400 के पास बना हुआ है। जो कई इलाके हैं ऐसे जहां पर 400 के पार भी AQI पहुंच गया है। तो ऐसे में तस्वीरें हम अपने दर्शकों को दिखाना चाहेंगे किस तरीके की तस्वीरें हैं, साथ ही एरिया वाइज भी हम आपको बताएंगे, क्योंकि गाजियाबाद में AQI के जो स्टेशन हैं जो AQI को चेक करते हैं, 4 स्टेशन बनाए गए हैं। इंदिरापुरम की बात करें तो 385 एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स दर्ज किया गया है। लोनी क्षेत्र की बात करें तो 394 एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स दर्ज किया गया है। संजय नगर की भी बात कर लेते हैं, 324 दर्ज किया गया है। वहीं वसुंधरा की बात करें तो 398 AQI दर्ज किया गया है। रात ये 450 से 500 के पास AQI पहुंच गया था। तो लगातार एयर की जो क्वालिटी है वो बेहद गंभीर श्रेणी में दर्ज की जा रही है। तस्वीर भी हम आपको दिखाते हैं किस तरीके की तस्वीरें आज सड़कों पर दिखाई दे रही है। कहा जा सकता है सर्दी की शुरुआत है और लोगों के जो गर्म कपड़े हैं वो भी निकलने शुरू हो गए हैं। आप देख सकते हैं किस तरीके से जो लोगों की सिकुड़न जो है वो बढ़ने लगी है। लोग मजदूर हैं वो अपने काम पर जाते हुए आपको दिखाई दे रहे होंगे, सिकुड़े हुए से दिखाई दे रहे हैं। लोग सिकुड़ रहे हैं सर्दी के चलते। तो कहीं ना कहीं पहाड़ी इलाकों में हुई बर्फबारी के बाद मैदानी इलाकों में अब ठंड बढ़ने लगी है, सिकुड़न बढ़ने लगी है। वहीं तस्वीरें भी बदली हैं। तस्वीरें हम आपको दिखाएंगे किस तरीके से आज घना कोहरे के साथ साथ पोल्यूशन की जो चादर है वो सड़कों पर दिखाई दे रही है। ये तस्वीरें गाजियाबाद के तमाम इलाकों की ऐसी ही तस्वीरें दिखाई दे रही हैं और ज़्यादातर जो वाहन हैं जो सड़क पर चल रहे हैं उन वाहनों की हेडलाइट जली हुई है, क्योंकि कोहरा और पोल्यूशन का जो मिक्सचर है वो सड़कों पर जो है दिखाई दे रहा है, विजुअलिटी भी कम हुई है। तो कहीं ना कहीं लोगों को दिक्कतों का सामना तो करना ही पड़ रहा है। वहीं तस्वीरें भी आप देखेंगे किस तरीके से जो गाड़ियों की रफ्तार है वो कहीं ना कहीं धीमी पड़ती हुई नज़र आ रही है। आप देखेंगे ये तस्वीरें हैं, यहाँ पर काफ़ी ऊंची ऊंची इमारतें बनी हुई हैं, पर आज वो इस कोहरे और पॉल्यूशन के इस मिक्सचर में कहीं ना कहीं ढक कर रह गई है। आप देखेंगे तस्वीरें हम दिखा रहे हैं, जो आसपास का जो नज़ारा है वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ धुंध से भरा हुआ दिखाई दे रहा है। तो कहीं ना कहीं अब सर्दी के साथ साथ जो है ट्रिपल अटैक कह सकते हैं। सर्दी के साथ और पोल्यूशन और कोहरा, ये तीनों अब लोगों को बेहद परेशान कर रहे हैं। अब लोगों को उम्मीद है कि कैसे भी इस पोल्यूशन पे, जो खतरनाक पोल्यूशन है, इस पर कहीं ना कहीं रोक लगाई जा सके। कुछ ना कुछ अधिकारियों के द्वारा ऐसा किया जाए, कम से कम पोल्यूशन से तो राहत मिल जाए। अब लोग उम्मीद कर रहे हैं कि जल्द से जल्द पोल्यूशन से राहत के लिए कुछ ना कुछ अधिकारियों के द्वारा किया जाना चाहिए। अब देखना यही होगा आखिरकार कब तक ये दम घोटू हवा आम जनता को परेशान करती रहेगी। गाजियाबाद से अनिल चौधरी, इंडिया न्यूज।
धीरे धीरे गुरुग्राम शहर गैस चैम्बर में तब्दील होता हुआ नजर आ रहा है और गुरुग्राम में जो AQI लेवल है वो 400 के पार पहुंच चुका है, जो कि बहुत खतरनाक श्रेणी में आता है। और तस्वीरें आपको दिखा देते हैं। इस वक्त गुरुग्राम में सांस लेना भी बहुत मुश्किल हो रहा है, क्योंकि जो गुरुग्राम की आबो हवा है वो जहरीली होती हुई नजर आ रही है। और जो AQI लेवल की बात करें तो वो 400 के पार पहुंच चुका है, जहां PM 2.5 250 के पार और PM 10 है वो 400 के पार नजर आ रहा है। जहां जहां तक आपकी नजर जाएगी वहां आपको सारी इमारतें जो है वो धुंधली दिखाई देगी। और ये धुंधली दिखाई देने का कारण है प्रदूषण की वो जो सफेद मोटी चादर है, जिसकी वजह से लगातार जो है प्रदूषण का स्तर बढ़ता जा रहा है। और साथ ही ये जो प्रदूषण है वो लोगों के शरीर में जहर की तरह घुलने का काम कर रहा है। गुरुग्राम में लगातार AQI लेवल बढ़ता हुआ नजर आ रहा है। आपको इस साइड की तस्वीरें दिखाएंगे जहां विकास सदन है, गुरुग्राम का विकास सदन, गुरुग्राम का कोर्ट, जो पूरी तरीके से धुंधला नजर आता है। इससे साफ जाहिर है कि गुरुग्राम की आबो हवा लगातार जहरीली होती हुई नजर आ रही है और अब गुरुग्राम का प्रदूषण जो है वो लगातार बढ़ता हुआ नजर आ रहा है। हालांकि गुरुग्राम में ग्रेप 2 लागू किया गया है, पर ग्रेप 2 के नियमों का कहीं ना कहीं उल्लंघन होता हुआ गुरुग्राम में दिख रहा है, जिसकी वजह से जो गुरुग्राम का प्रदूषण है वो बढ़ता हुआ नजर आ रहा है। साथ ही आपको बता दें, गुरुग्राम में इस वक्त जो हवा है वो जहरीली है और लगातार प्रदूषण का स्तर गुरुग्राम में बढ़ता हुआ नजर आ रहा है। और गुरुग्राम में कई नियम हैं, कई चीजें हैं जिन पर प्रतिबंध लगाया गया है, कई नियमों का पालन करने के लिए लोगों से कहा गया है, पर कहीं ना कहीं वो जो चीजें हैं और कोई नियम है उनका फेलियर होता हुआ नजर आ रहा है, जिसकी वजह से गुरुग्राम का जो प्रदूषण का स्तर है वो लगातार बढ़ता जा रहा है। आपको ये भी बता दें, कल की बात करें तो कल गुरुग्राम में स्मोक और फोग का एक कॉम्बिनेशन देखने को मिला था, जिसके बाद जो विजिबिलिटी थी वो 50 मीटर तक पहुंच चुकी थी। हालांकि मौसम विभाग की माने तो मौसम विभाग की तरफ से जानकारी दी गई है कि 15 और 16 नवंबर को गुरुग्राम में हल्की बूंदाबांदी होगी, जिसकी वजह से जो प्रदूषण का स्तर है उसमें कहीं ना कहीं गिरावट जरूर देखने को मिल सकती है। हालांकि अब देखना यह होगा कि किस तरीके से ये गुरुग्राम का जो प्रदूषण है वो काबू में आता है और इसको कंट्रोल किया जाता है। वीडियो जर्नलिस्ट JD के साथ गोहित कौशिक, इंडिया न्यूज।
ग्रेटर नोएडा समेत उत्तर भारत में अब ठंड का असर लोगों को देखने को मिल रहा है। पहाड़ों पर हुई बर्फबारी के बाद लगातार ठंड बढ़ती जा रही है। बुधवार को सीजन का पहला दिन था जब कोहरा सड़कों पर देखने को मिला। इसके साथ ही आज गुरुवार को दूसरे दिन भी पहले से ज्यादा कोहरा सड़कों पर देखने को मिल रहा है। मैं इस समय ग्रेटर नोएडा के परिचौक इलाके में हूँ, जहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं कि गाड़ियों के जो वाहन चालक हैं वो हेडलाइट जलाकर निकल रहे हैं ताकि जो दुर्घटना है उससे बचा जा सके। इसके साथ ही पुलिस पब्लिक अनाउंसमेंट के जरिए लोगों से अपील कर रही है कि वो धीमी रफ्तार से चलें ताकि घर पहुंच सकें सुरक्षित। इसके अलावा तापमान की अगर बात की जाए तो यहाँ पर तापमान न्यूनतम और अधिकतम तापमान में तकरीबन 4 डिग्री सेल्सियस की गिरावट दर्ज की गई है। इसके साथ ही जो लोग हैं उनसे अपील की जा रही है कि वो घर से निकलते समय पूरी तरह से सावधान रहें, क्योंकि सुबह के समय AQI लेवल बेहद ज्यादा रहता है। उसकी वजह से छात्र और बच्चों को भी, बूढ़ों को भी परेशानी का सामना करना पड़ा। और देखिए, इस तरीके की तस्वीरें जो होती हैं वो कहीं ना कहीं AQI लेवल बढ़ाती हैं। हालांकि जो स्वीपिंग मशीन है, टेक्निकल स्वीपिंग मशीन है, उसकी भी ग्रेटर नोएडा में मदद ली जा रही है, लेकिन इस तरह से सड़कों पर झाड़ू लगने के बाद
कहीं ना कहीं जो AQI लेवल है उसमें बढ़ोतरी देखने को मिलती है। और तस्वीरों में आप देखिए कि परी चौक के इलाके पास पूरी तरह से आप कोहरा देख सकते हैं, जिसकी वजह से लोगों को बेहद मुश्किलों का सामना करना पड़ रहा है। इसके साथ ही मौसम विभाग ने ये अनुमान जताया है कि आने वाले दिनों में बारिश होगी और इसके साथ ही जो पहाड़ों पर वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंस है उसकी वजह से दिल्ली NCR में सर्दी बढ़ेगी। इसके अलावा जो तराई इलाके हैं उत्तर प्रदेश के, वहां पर बारिश होने और घने कोहरे की संभावना जताई जा रही है। ग्रेटर नोएडा से इंडिया न्यूज के लिए
अगर आप बनना चाहते हैं एंकर या फिर आप में है जुनून एक तेज तर्रार न्यूज रिपोर्टर बनने का, तो आप ज्वाइन करें ITV और इंडिया न्यूज Newsx का मीडिया स्कूल। ITV नेक्स्ट मीडिया इंटरनेशनल स्कूल का कोर्स आपको मौका देता है देश के दिग्गज एंकर्स के साथ काम करने का। ITV नेक्स्ट मीडिया इंटरनेशनल स्कूल में आप बेहद नजदीकी से देख पाएंगे किस तरह से ITV नेटवर्क के दिग्गज पत्रकारों की टीम दिन रात खबरों पर काम करती है। इस कोर्स के दौरान आप सीखेंगे एंकरिंग की एक एक बारीकी उन एंकर्स के साथ जो देश को रखते हैं हर खबर से बाखबर। ITV नेक्स्ट मीडिया इंटरनेशनल स्कूल का ये कोर्स आपके एंकरिंग स्किल्स को करेगा इतना सशक्त, मजबूत, जिससे आप बनेंगे पत्रकारिता की दुनिया का वो चमकता चेहरा जो दुनिया देखेगी और पसंद करेगी।